Well, this is something that's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
I just don't want to interrupt you while you do it.
Well, it's recording now, so you don't have to worry about that much.
Yeah, but you give your speeches.
Well, that's interesting loading screen. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to actually do.
No hitting. Like here.
Although, just so, I'm going to go ahead and get XSplit up, just so we can actually see what we're doing. Since it's going to be on anyway. Use the gamepad 2 input. Alright, I'm going to be boring. And I'm just going to type in link.
No.
It's not default.
I'm sure it might be, but I just went and typed it in anyway. Let's see. And there we go.
I say actually, well, for the time being, I might get off Rabbit.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be on Skype for a little bit longer, but I'll let you do this for now.
Alright.
Do enjoy and have fun. I'll be in Skype for a while longer.
Yeah. This beginning here, I think, is the same thing dialogue-wise as the original.
I think it is.
Only the writing is a lot more. It's a lot bigger and it's.
Crisp.
It's much more legible, I'll say that much. This is also when Nintendo really wanted to be fancy with a timeline.
I totally forgot why the lands became ocean.
No, but because the hero was gone. If you're wondering what the hero went, well, that's what the official timeline is for. Although seeing a story like this really kind of makes you wonder if Lex Luthor was right all along, and people are too dependent on heroes to save their asses.
No one can be a hero in their own self if they needed to be.
But that's okay, they managed to survive. Somewhat. There are some very mysterious means, too.
Has anybody said when Breath of the Wind will?
Sometime next year, I think.
No, I mean where it is in the timeline. After what? Before?
We're not going to find out about that until it's released. Most people are theorizing that it's going to be after Wind Waker sometime. Either that, or it happens around the time that the world's going to be flooded, since the Koroks are in the game.
So it's right before Wind Waker.
It's either right before Wind Waker or it happens afterwards, at some point. Because otherwise, the Koroks being in the game wouldn't make any sense.
Koroks.
Yeah, I'll get to the Koroks later, but let's just say that the Kokiri actually went through a bit of a change in Wind Waker.
Oh, this does look a lot different.
I think the biggest thing, stepping stone for me when I first was trying to get into this game is that the graphic style this game used was quite a bit different than what we were used to, and I don't think I really knew how to adjust to it right away. It didn't take me long though, mostly because I like the characters so much more in this than in Ocarina of Time, since they actually have expression. Not to say Ocarina of Time is bad by any means. If I did say that, Londo would probably snap me in two, but... No, it was a fine game and all, but no one can deny that this game was a vast improvement over it.
I just like this game because it's, to me, it has the best Ganon style in it.
Oh, no complaint there. Ganon in this game was just overall better.
In my opinion, other than Wind Waker, Link to the Past, this was the Ganon that people were looking forward to.
Yeah, because this is like the first time since Link to the Past where Ganon actually shows how big of a threat he is.
Well, he plays a bigger role in this game too, because you see him more than once, not just like literally happen into the game.
Yeah, I know. I think in Link to the Past it was more implied, all the bad stuff that he did, because
like pretending to take wasn't he the one that possessed a Ganon?
He possessed a Ganon, he took over the Golden Realm, he basically had cursed everyone in the Golden Realm into being demonic creatures that had to serve him. I mean, Link to the Past did a lot to kind of just expand on what the first two games did. And in this game, oh shit, where do I even start? I mean...
I have to admit, the colors on your monitor look a lot better than the TV.
I can't help that. My TV is probably not the best in the world. Okay, how do I... Okay, there we go, it's the left trigger.
I wonder how this would look on my TV.
I don't
Since I
know.
have a 4K.
I want my Ruby, damn it. There we go. Yeah, rubies are a bit more important to have this time around. Because...
Cool. If I miss out on something the first second and a half, I can just look over and see what you did. In the delay.
There's a delay?
Between the TV and your monitor, yeah, a little bit of a slight delay.
Oh, okay. Don't have my sword yet.
There's like a 2-second delay. But your graphics card on the computer is magnificent. In comparison to the TV.
Okay, I know from watching SGB, I mean not SGB, but like PSC, where there's a secret here somewhere. I just don't... Okay, here we go. There's like some sort of secret down here that I want a lot. Yeah, there's a secret entrance to your house, which I never knew about until now.
How'd you know about it till now?
I saw Brain Scratch show it off. Whoa. Yeah, that kind of helps.
100 rubies at the beginning of the game.
Yep.
How often do you see that happen in any Zelda? Especially 100 rubies.
It's actually really good you picked that up, because in this game they added a few items that you have to pay a lot of money for.
That wasn't in the original, was it?
I don't know, actually. I'd have to actually look into that, because I don't know if that was. Because in the original game, you could only have up to 99 rupees at first, until you got a bigger wallet. They changed that for this game. So I can't imagine that they would let you get that as early as this. But yeah, it's Link's birthday, so we gotta get our present.
It's Link's birthday?
Yep. Yep, he has finally become a man, according to this game. So, this is...
Grandma.
Yep, that's the most badass grandma in, like, the entire series of Zelda. You'll find out why later. Also, they added a yellow something to Link's outfit in this. I don't know what that was. Oh, it's the buckle.
Oh. Was that not... It was black in the original, right?
I'm trying to remember what color it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't yellow, though. He's so disappointed he has to wear, like, a green, like, tunic. Which, in the early, like, medieval times, was essentially a male skirt, I think, until they actually redesigned it in later times to actually be more of an actual outfit. I love how people constantly make jokes about that, like when people actually play these games. Although by comparison, I think this design is actually not as insulting as some of the other designs that Link was wearing.
I do like the design in the new one coming out.
Oh yeah, the new design looks really good. I think they've been improving it little by little ever since Wind Waker. People still make jokes about the whole skirt thing. Honestly, it never bothered me.
I didn't think of it. I thought of it as a tunic.
Well, yeah, but it's like the early designs of the tunic was...
Because tunics came from the European.
Yeah,
It was like Robin Hood and all that. That's where that came from.
Though to be fair, even Robin Hood had the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights, so... I don't really... Yeah, I was supposed to do this before, but I wasn't paying attention, so... I'm doing it now. He's basically giving you a tutorial on the Z targeting. I just love how the characters are just so, I don't want to use the term emotional, but they're just very, let's see, I know there's a side quest I can do in here. It's this. I've got to take these pigs and get them over to the pen where they have gone out, and I'll get a reward for it. I just forget. I
like that.
Yeah, they exchanged cuckoos for pigs. I don't get it either.
And there is cuckoos in this game, isn't there? Later on.
I love the voice they gave for, like, this woman in Brain Scratch. They made her out to be creepy. It was hilarious. Jeez, there are gonna be rubies all over the place, man. Yeah, this one's trying to hide behind this. Yeah, I don't think I'm able to get... It'll be easier when I get the sword. And I'll be getting that very soon, actually.
Yeah, the wooden one?
Yeah, well, and then this one, I think it's more of a adventure sword, but it pretty much is the wooden sword from the old Zelda games. Hey, Lewis, would this be a great time to have the ability to climb ladders faster? Lotto will get that reference, I think. Because Lewis is from Brain Scratch, and he never stops complaining about little things. that a lot of the other members really complain about. A treasure belonging? What could it be? Well, it's a telescope. Hey, don't laugh. This is actually more useful than you'd think. Go ahead and equip it, and... Okay. Okay, how do I... I'm trying to actually move. Oh, here we go. Okay, you have to use the right analog stick. It's just not working. There we go. Yeah, the controls for this are a little different.
What happened to him?
There we go. That's what he's looking at. I was supposed to zoom up to see that, but the controls on this are kind of awkward.
How did you get a hold of your sister so quickly?
That's not.
Oh, it's Zelda.
Yeah, that's Zelda. We'll be getting to Arrow later. Yeah, they brought the Helmorok King back, but as a bird instead of a scorpion, like in Link to the Past. Although they did bring back the Scorpion Helmorok in Link Between Worlds.
That's Ganon's bird.
Yeah, it is. Now, I don't really... Like, I appreciate the nods to continuity with Link Between Worlds, but did they really have to bring back the most annoying bosses from that game? Because, like I understand that them not bringing back the Mothra boss because, well, let's be honest, that was a lawsuit waiting to happen. But they could have at least brought back Blind. Because Blind was kind of a cool boss. They brought back the gimmick for Blind, but not the boss himself. Anyways, we got ourselves a sword. So, time to actually do so. Because in this town, we actually have someone who still knows the ways of combat.
Grandma.
Probably, but I was referring to this guy. This guy looks totally out of place with everyone else in the town. It's like...
It's Ramus.
Yeah, we gotta go through a training sequence here before we give us the sword, even if you've done it already. Yeah, some of these can be hard to get right the first time. Okay, you want to actually be away from him when you use the spin. Otherwise, you'll use a normal attack and he'll hit you. This is easy. It's a parry attack. Sadly, you can only use it against certain enemies, because I'd love to do this all the time. Okay, jump attack. There we go. And I didn't mess up once. That's a record for me. And now we have the short sword. also called the Hero Sword. Yeah, we've certainly come a long way from the days when wooden swords were the thing that we used to love to get.
I thought you got a wooden sword in this.
No, the closest thing we get to that is a stick that's kind of made of wood that can be burned. But that's about it. Also, since we're here, I may as well show this off. Huh. It's not happening this time. Yeah, it's not happening. Usually when you do that, the guy above here will actually scream at you for knocking his stuff down. I guess you can't do that unless you come in here the first time. Oh well, I don't care.
That was your first time, wasn't it?
No, you can actually come in there before meeting Errol in the Century, but I think it's like, I forget what they call it. Now that we have the sword, that this quest over here is made a little bit easier. There's some rubies that we can't get until I have the Deku Leaf. Let's see. It's not over here. Because I want to get as many rubies as possible before I leave. Over here, we get some rubies from putting this down.
Maybe we can pig real quick, can't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But
So how do you compare the graphics now to the original one?
the original graphics were pretty good, but this is just a little more stylish. And I was half expecting to talk to the lady there, not the pig, but I forget how many there are. Now, in case you're wondering if you can keep doing this, nah, once you collect them all, that's pretty much it. Like, you can't infinitely do this for 20 rubies, because that would be abusable. Certainly would have made the tingle stuff easier, though. Yeah, nobody likes the tingle side quest. Or main quest, I guess, since you have to do it at some point. It's optional early on, though. And now Link is tapping into his inner Solid Snake and can now squeeze between these tiny ledges.
Was that in the original?
Yeah, that was in the original. Unfortunately, I don't have the Deku Leaf, so I can't get over there. Oh well. Depending on how long this takes, I might just cut it out. Because I think there's like 4 of these guys. And crabs for some reason.
And you can just fade them into one another.
Yeah, I can.
You trying to find the other pigs, right?
Yeah. But I don't think that I know where they're at. Oh, here's one. There's 3 or 4, I forget. And the camera angles are not helping. Oh, this has got to be a long one. You can't run, otherwise we'll just roll past it. There we go. Got trapped in the water. You do gotta be careful, though. If you fall in the water, then you lose the pig.
For good?
Probably not for good, but you will have to wait for it to respawn in another location. And that takes a while. Another red ruby. Okay, so yeah, she's not mentioning anymore, so I think that's it. But that's an easy 60 rupees.
Well, just throw a pig out and throw it back in and say, hey, look, I caught it again.
You can't do that. People have tried.
Are you able to even pick them up?
I think you can, but nothing really comes of it.
Okay.
No, they planned for that. After taking care of that, you just have to go over here and use your shiny new sword to break open the twigs up here to get by. I call them those, but they're really just small trees. And over here, we're not going to be able to... Over here, this is where we actually have to go forward next. We won't be able to finish it for a while, though, because the bridge breaks. Over here, we actually have this stone you can stand on to use the Deku Leaf to access the area a lot later in the game. Because down here, we can't use the Deku Leaf to go across that distance. That'll be later, though.
Okay.
And now we're inside the forest part of the island.
Don't you see the big tree in this?
Yeah,
Again?
but that's a different forest. It's a much bigger one.
Will the tree talk to you?
Yeah, it will. In ancient Helion, no less.
Hey, it's one of Ganon's.
Yep, Moblin, I think. Moblins come in two varieties, though the weaker grunts, and then the really strong ones later on.
Oh, look like pigs.
Yeah, they do.
The only thing with associated with Ganon is gonna look like a pig anyway. So Ganon doesn't really take on that look too much. Ganondorf version.
No, he doesn't. He does not take form in this.
This whole thing's like pirate. He just looks like a pirate. Or like a king pirate or something, pay rule style.
Yeah, he looks far more human in this than the other game. Well, so much for saving her, Link. What is with that buckle, kid? That's probably what she's thinking. And we get the amazing dancing pirate. Yeah, I think it's a bit implied, and really it doesn't take long for most players to figure out that this is the princess of this game, even though she's a pirate.
Well, she'll eventually be in her dress towards the middle of the game.
Yeah. I'll just wait till one night when Lana is on call and she can just explain her feelings about that scene to you, because
I've already beat the game before. It's just been a long time.
I know, but she has her opinion on that scene.
I haven't played this game since 2004.
And suddenly everything's all hunky-dory, and we're just go back to the village, have some elixir soup, everything's gonna be fine.
And she gets caught again.
And crap. Behold, as we're gonna experience with Link's superpowers. The ability to defy physics. For a short time, anyway. Yeah, I love how during that scene, he did fall down until he realized he could fall down. So as long as he thinks there's ground there, then he can essentially fly. He just doesn't think to ever take advantage of that power. But he is at least smart enough to hitch a ride on a pirate ship. But then suddenly, Postman to the rescue. Oh, by the way, the bird people in this game, they're what remains of the Zora tribe.
No way. Water creatures.
I am dead serious. This game tries to tell us that in order to evolve, in order to evolve the great and live in the Great Sea, they actually had to evolve into bird creatures so that they could learn how to fly. I'm like, what? Why? It's all water. You are a water tribe. Are you telling me that a tribe of water people can't survive in nothing but water? I mean, I've heard excuses for why that is, like maybe they can't survive in a certain type of water or something. Like maybe it's all salt water, but that's such a stupid idea though. Couldn't they just adapt to different types of water? Why do they have to turn into birds? It especially becomes stupid when later on in the game we see what remains of the Kokiri, and they basically evolved into tree creatures. And don't get me wrong, that's dumb too, but at least they don't completely transform into a different type of creature though. They at least still resemble the forest. Regardless though, we do eventually talk them into letting us on the ship, except we don't have a shield. So we're gonna have to do something about that first. So yeah,
Or are you gonna get a shield at?
well, Link does have a
Oh yeah, from the grandma on the poster.
Yeah, Link does have a family shield. Hey Grandma, I want to borrow the family shield so I can go on an adventure. You don't mind, right? Oh man, this scene is so tragic. Because Link is trying to skate by without telling his grandma what's going on, but... What's this? Oh darn, someone stole it!
Grandma did.
Yeah. He's not getting by without letting her know what's going on. Not that she hasn't already kind of figured out what's going on, but... Link doesn't know that. And then we have the hero shield. I love the change in expression there. Because he usually smiles when he picks up an item.
Oh, he's smiling now.
Yeah, they don't hold back here. They're not gonna try to flag oh, well, everything will be okay, because you're gonna save her, right? No, they're treating this as a very dramatic and serious thing.
So they did change mouth expressions and stuff.
Yeah, they do. And the game's better for it. Because I think when Johnny did his Ocarina of Time review, he did comment on the fact that, stuff happens to the characters in that game, but you don't really see the characters react to it very well. He said it was great back when it was first released, but nowadays, future games of the series just look better. That doesn't look like a wooden shield. It looks metal. But yeah, we can finally go on our new adventure. It doesn't last very long till we lose the ship, but... And the phone's going off. Oh, this is my mom for a second. I can get to a stopping point.
Is she calling you?
Yeah. Yeah, I really hate the fact that this is like the one game that everyone was kind of pulling Betrayal on, when it's probably the game that had the most actual effort put into it. This is actually a good stopping point for the first recording anyway, as soon as the screen transitions.